Hello again, and welcome back to Xintong's Grammar Express. In this episode, we will be talking about simple past tense. Let's look at the following sentences before we talk about when and how we use simple past tense. Friend goes to work by bus. Yesterday it rained and his clothes got wet. Today he is taking an umbrella to work. In this short paragraph, we have two verb tenses. First, we have present tense. And then we have past tense. In the second sentence, it rained and his clothes got wet. Express actions happened in the past. That's right. We use simple past tense to talk about activities or situations that began and ended in the past. You can also include the time when the actions take place, such as yesterday, this morning, 2 days ago, in 2010, etc. Let's look at more examples. We graduated from primary school in 2018. Our family ate lunch outside yesterday. Adriana studied for 6 hours last night. These are all examples of completed actions in the past. But how we form simple past verbs? That's right, by adding ed at the end of a verb. For example, watch, watched. Answer, answered. What about verbs ending in e? Yes, we simply add d at the end of the verb. For example, change, changed. These are the examples of regular past forms. But we also have irregular past forms. For example, sleep, slept. Understand, understood. Eat, ate. Can you see the rules? No, you'll just have to memorize them. Many English learners think irregular verbs are difficult, but most of them are really common English verbs. So your goal is to learn how to use these important English verbs automatically. Oh, by the way, the verb to be is also irregular. Like I was a lifeguard last summer. They were in Japan last month. Okay, in this sentence, what is the subject? You are right, they is the subject. And what is the main verb? You're incredible! Yeah, started! And are there any helper verb that helps to make a negative? No, but we can add did not, so it becomes they did not start school last week. And to make a yes/no question, you need to take a helper verb, did, and put did in the front of our sentence. And did is so helpful that it makes started change back to start. So the question is, did they start school last week? And to answer this, you can answer with yes or no. But we need something more than just yes or no. We need yes plus the subject plus the helper verb. So yes, they did. If we want to answer with no, we need to have no, so we can say no, they did not. Another example is I was home last week. The subject is I, and we have the be verb in the form of was. Be verbs are very special because they can act as the main verb. So to make a question, you move it to the front of our sentence, and it becomes, was I home last week? So we say, yes, I was. No, I wasn't. Okay, now it's time for some practice. I'll give a verb in the present tense, and you have to put it in the simple past tense. Are you ready? In this part, let's look at the spelling rules for adding ing and ed. Before we start, let's take a look at this sentence. While I was sleeping, somebody knocked on the door. Which action was happening, or which action was in progress? You'll say was happening. That's right. During the time I was sleeping, suddenly somebody knocked on the door. So knocked on the door is an action, interrupted the sleeping. So we need verbs with ing and the verbs with ed to combine past progressive and past simple in a sentence. Let's have a quick review of what you already know. Here we have a special rule. If the word ends in one vowel and one consonant, and the word is one syllable. We double the last consonant and we add ing or ed at the end of the word. For example, stop, stopping, plan, planning, stop, stopped, plan, planned. Another situation is when the word ends in one vowel and one consonant and has two syllables, and the stress is on the second syllable. For example, prefer and admit. Here we double the last consonant and we add ing or ed at the end of the word. Some other words such as visit and offer. These words end in one vowel and one consonant, but they are stressed on the first syllable. Therefore, we simply add ing and ed. Let's look at the verbs end in a vowel plus y. Like play. Here we keep y. Do not change the y to I. Another situation is when the verbs end in a consonant plus y, such as worry and study. Here we keep the y for the ing, but we drop y and add ed to make the ed form. Last, we have verbs ending in ie, such as die and tie. Here we drop ie and add ying to make the ing form. But we simply just add d to make the ed form. Now please take out the handout you got in the last class. Here we have the 90 most common irregular verbs. Base form, simple past, past participle. Please repeat after me. Broadcast, broadcast, broadcast. Burst, burst, burst. Cost, cost, cost. Cut, cut, cut. Hit, hit, hit. Hurt, hurt, hurt. Let, let, let. Put, put, put. Read, read, read. Set, set, set. Spread, spread, spread. Beat, beat, beaten. Become, became, become. Come, came, come. Run, ran, run. Bring, brought, brought. Build, built, built. Buy, bought, bought. Catch, caught, caught. Deal, dealt, dealt. Dig, dug, dug. Feed, fed, fed. Feel, felt, felt. Fight, fought, fought. Find, found, found. Get, got, got. Han, hun, hun. Have, had, had. Hear, heard, heard. Hold, held, held. Keep, kept, kept. Lay, laid, laid. Lead, led, led. Leave, left, left. Land, lent, lent. Lose, lost, lost. Make, made, made. Mean, met, met. Meet, met, met. Pay, paid, paid. Say, said, said. Sell, sold, sold. Send, sent, sent. Sit, set, set. Sleep, slept, slept. Slide, slid, slid. Smell, smelt, smelt. Spell, spelt, spelt. Spend, spent, spent. Stand, stood, stewed. Swing, swan, swan. Teach, taught, taught. Tell, told, told. Think, thought, thought. Understand, understood, understood. Win, won, won. Be, was, were, been. Bear, bore, born. Begin, began, begun. Bite, bit, bitten. Blow, blew, blown. Choose, chose, chosen. Do, did, done. Draw, drew, drawn. Drink, drank, drunk. Drive, drove, driven. Eat, ate, eaten. Fall, fell, fallen. Fly, flew, flown. Forget, forgot, forgotten. Forgive, forgave, forgiven. Give, gave, given. Grow, grew, grown. Hide, hid, hidden. Know, knew, known. Lie, lay, land. Ride, rode, ridden. Ring, ran, run. Rise, rose, reason. See, saw, sing. Shake, shook, shaken. Show, showed, shone. Speak, spoke, spoken. Swim, swam, swan. Take, took, taken. Throw, threw, thrown. Wake, woke, woken. Wear, were, worn. Write, wrote, written. Now I'm going to test your knowledge. Please say your answers out loud before I do. Are you ready? Go! Forget, forgot, forgotten. Shake, shook, shaken. Throw, threw, thrown. Give, gave, given. Sit, set, set. Read, read, read. This is the end of today's video. Now let's move on to your homework today.
Chapter 2, Pastime. Exercise 4, page 27. Example, you will hear, "It snows." You will choose, "In the winter." 1,
We studied.
2,
Mr. Green wrote a magazine article.
3,
The sun sets.
4,
A substitute teacher taught.
5,
Mr. Watson drove a sports car.
Exercise 5, page 28. Part 1. 1,
I was in a hurry. I wasn't in a hurry.
2,
They were on time. They weren't on time.
3,
He was at the doctor's. He wasn't at the doctor's.
4,
We were early. We weren't early.
Part 2. At a wedding. 1,
The bride wasn't nervous before the ceremony.
2,
The groom was nervous before the ceremony.
3,
His parents weren't nervous about the wedding.
4,
The bride and groom were excited about their wedding.
5,
The ceremony was in the evening.
6,
The wedding reception wasn't after the wedding.
7,
It was the next day.
8,
It was at a popular hotel.
9,
A lot of guests were there.
10,
Some relatives from out of town weren't there.
Exercise 8, page 30. 1,
Shh! The movie is beginning.
2,
Oh no! The elevator door is stuck. It isn't opening.
3.
Here's a letter for you. I opened it accidentally.
4.
I'm listening to the phone message that you already listened to.
5.
Are you lying to me or telling me the truth?
6.
We enjoyed the party.
7.
I'm enjoying the nice weather today.
8.
You look upset. What happened?